Good evening, my beautiful sister. This is Miss Sarah with Inspiring Life. And I came to you briefly, forgive me, just to speak about something that I believe is important to us. And I didn't want to wait until tomorrow to share it. So here I am in front of you this evening. Amen. I just thank you for allowing me into your house, into your heart. And I pray that whatever I speak this evening is a blessing unto you, that you can put in your knapsack. And you may not use it now, but you have it to access when you need to use it. Amen. And so what I want to say this evening is like, you always hear me say righteous thoughts, speech, and actions, correct? And there's a reason why I say that. Because we have power here and we have power here. And it affects our actions, okay? So let me give you an example. You wake up and you hear a thought that says you're not good enough. Nobody likes you. It's not going to happen for you. Immediately when that happens, you have to shut it down and bring it under submission. You hear me? Bring it under submission of the promises that the Most High God has spoke over your life when you was a thought to the Most High God. Okay? Because if you allow that thought, I'm not good enough, I'll never have enough, I'll never be enough. If you allow that to marinate within your mind, you'll begin to speak that thing out. And when you begin to speak that thing out, you'll begin to walk that way. You'll begin to walk like you're not good enough. You're not going to expect anything good to happen for you. You're going to believe those lies, and then you're going to draw those kind of instances and those kind of examples and those kind of things into your life because your mind said it. You received it, you started speaking it out, and you started walking in that way, okay? So when those thoughts start coming up, you have to bring them under submission. You have to say, I am fearfully and wonderfully made. My price is far above rubies. I am the head and not the tail. I have been given wings to soar like eagles, amen? And when you do that, then you cancel out that lie that's trying to marinate itself in your mind and trying to dictate your talk and trying to dictate your walk, okay? But let me tell you something. That happens because we are spirit, listen, with the body. And so what that means is we're going to have human experiences, okay? But you must remember that you're bigger than your human experiences. You're a co-creator of your life. This is a power, superpower that we have right here and right here. But life experiences happen. Some experiences become unfavorable and they begin to color our thoughts, right? Well, this happened to me because I did this. I deserve this. I just shouldn't have did what I am responsible for this. And you begin to walk that way. And then you begin to ask yourself, well, why? And then after this happened, listen to this, because I'm only telling you what I have experienced. I'm not going to come in front of you and teach you anything or share anything with you that I have not overcome, okay? And so you have that thought. And sometimes we're so busy moving in life, we're not intentional with our thoughts. We're not intentional with our speech. And then we allow that thought to marinate. And we're not really thinking about it, but we're really thinking about it, right? And so we're just kind of going through our day. We're at work, but that thing is still marinating in our thoughts, right? It's still marinating. We're going to give it over 15 to 20 minutes in our mind, marinating, lying to us about who we are and what we deserve and where we belong and to whom we belong. And then these things start coming to our life that's less favorable for us. Because guess what? You allowed that thing to manifest in your mind. You allowed it to sit there and marinate. You allowed it to change your thoughts and your words. And sometimes we do it without even thinking about it, because I had a conversation with my son and I said, we're not very responsible with our words. We always say that we want to be a good steward of what we've been blessed with. Well, you've been blessed with a power. And sometimes we're not good steward of it because we're just talking. Sometimes we're just talking. But we have to be intentional with our speech and intentional with our thoughts. Because anything that you want to manifest in your life, you have to give it intention, baby. And when you give it intention, it shall manifest. Now, let me tell you something. The universe does not know good or bad. It just knows vibration. I didn't say the Most High God. I said the universe does not know good or bad. The universe knows vibration. And when you are thinking wrong, when you are thinking ill of yourself in situations, baby, you are vibrating. You are constantly, let me tell you something, you are constantly vibrating. There's not a time that you're stopped vibrating. Even when you're laying down sleeping, baby, you are vibrating because you're dreaming, you're active, you're active in your sleep, because that's why you have dreams, right? You're constantly vibrating. You have to capture your thoughts. You have to bring your thoughts under submission. You have to let your thoughts know, I'm in control. I'm driving this car, not you. I say what we're going to do. Situations going to rise, right? You're going to have experiences. And this really happens when you have faced trauma, right? You go through the experience and you're done with the experience, right? So just say a car accident. You go through the car accident and you come out of it, right? But there's still some trauma there. And the residue of that situation will begin to lie to you. It was your fault. You did it. You caused this to happen. And if you don't make those thoughts come under submission, they begin to marinate in your spirit. And you begin to speak like that. You begin to think like that. And you begin to walk like that. And then you're drawing more of those circumstances into your life that's unfavorable for you. When those thoughts come up and they say, you're not good enough. This was supposed to happen to you. You say, I am fearfully and wonderfully made. My price is far above rubies. And these affirmations are important, so you need to create some that's specific and unique for you. And you begin to speak back those things. You have to open up your mouth and speak back to that thought that is trying to control your thoughts and trying to control your actions. You have to speak it out, because when you speak, baby, you are vibrating and you're intentional with your words. Now you're putting power behind that thought, and that lie have to shut up. That lie had to be quiet, because now your voice is bigger than that lie. When we allow things to marinate in our mind that is unfavorable for us, we begin to draw things into us that's going to match that energy. And people would say, oh, I'm going to match that energy. I'm going to do that energy. But are we really understanding what we are saying? I heard people say, I'm going to match their energy. That person, you don't match anyone's negative energy. We're not supposed to do that. When somebody's confronting you, you don't match that negative energy. You remove yourself, baby, from that energy, because you don't want that mess on you, right? So somebody getting an argument with you, and instead you say, I'm going to match their energy. Next time I say, no, you just not going to say anything to them. You're going to leave them right where they're at, because somebody's going to come along and help them, and it might not be you. This is your garden. You have to be careful of who you're allowing to dig in your garden. Speak over your garden, because these things that they speak and leave there, they're going to stay there, and then they're going to color your language, and then now you're wondering why things are not happening in your life the way that you choose to. What's in your garden? Are you intentional with your garden? Are you intentional about who you allow to plant things in your garden? You have to be a good steward of the gift that you was given. And that's the gift of life and death is with your tongue. This is the gift that you was given. But you have to be a good steward of that gift. That means you have to use it for a blessing for yourself, your children, your lands, and those that you come across. Now, we're not always going to be able to speak life over people and over their lands, because sometimes we're not meant to speak to other people. Listen, let me explain that to you. I cannot speak to the entire world, because the entire world is not going to be able to take me. But I have my tribe that needs to hear what I have to say. So you're not going to have an opportunity to speak to everybody in the whole, and not billions and billions of people, love. But you're going to have your tribe. And in the circle, in your tribe, you are to be responsible with your thoughts, responsible with your words, and responsible with your actions. When you do that, everything that you ask for will manifest itself in your life. But you first have to believe it. And that was my part of my journey. People would speak over me. People would say, quote to me things from the Bible. People would see me today when I didn't see me back then, right? So back then they would see the Sarah. I didn't see her. So no matter how much they spoke over me, no matter how much they tried to prove to me that the words that they're speaking is true, because of the residue from the trauma that I had been in, I was allowing those lies, I was allowing that trauma to speak to me, to lie to me, and tell me I wasn't good enough. I couldn't do this, I couldn't do that. And so I didn't. No matter how much I tried and I desired to, because my mind believed the lies, I could not do the things that I desired to do. I couldn't manifest certain things and bring them into my life, because my mind was telling me I wasn't good enough. My mind, because of the trauma I've been through, my mind was lying to me. My mind was telling me, the lies in my mind was telling me you're not good enough. It'll never happen for you. But I had to go on a journey. This is why I do what I do today. I had to go on a journey and within myself and heal within myself. There were many moments that I sat in this house by myself in the dark and did the ugly cry down the wall, looking at my life. And people call it the dark night of the soul. Baby, when you've been there, you're going to know you've been there. When you come out, you're going to be able to run and tell somebody, baby. And so I'm running telling somebody that you have to capture your thoughts. Be a good steward of the gift that you was given. Let your thoughts, your speech, and your actions be aligned up to the goodness for your life and those that you come across, baby. And I promise you, your life will be better for it. And I just had to come on here and share that briefly with you to be mindful of your words. And we can look in the Holy Text of the Bible. You know, not only the Bible. I know there's certain other texts that I've read that talks about speaking intentional over your life and believing that thing to be true. Because once again, beloved, you are a vibration. You are always vibrating. You are an energy source. You are a powerful energy source. And when you speak something, you will manifest it in your life, whether it's good or bad. And let me tell you a secret. When you are speaking something over your life, listen to me carefully. You are to say, when you speak it, say, and it is so. And it is so. And it is so, and so shall it be. Because you are declaring with your mouth that this thing is going to come to pass in your life. You are declaring, and you got to speak things out. See, there's power with this thing here. And when you speak that thing out and you declare that thing, it's going to come to pass in your life. Once again, whether it's good or bad. So that's why you have to be mindful of what you're doing. And mindful means that right now I am mindful. I am mindful. My mind is on what I'm doing right now here today. I'm making a video. My mind is not on what I'm going to go to bed and look at on TV. My mind is not on that. My mind is not on what I'm going to put on this pot to eat. My mind is not on there. My mind is focused on what I'm saying to you right now. That's being mindful, being in the moment. And being aware of your body and of your emotions. Listen, you can feel when negativity come around you, but you got to be aware of yourself. Because there's signs that lets you know. Some people, their arms get prickly, right? Some people hair go up on their arms or on the back of their neck. Or somebody can say, I just feel a chill and just buzzing on the top of my head. But you got to be aware of yourself to understand who you are. You are a divine, powerful, beloved daughter of the Most High God. And whatever you open your mouth up to say, you shall receive it. What are you speaking? What are you speaking over yourself, over your lands, over your family, over your friends? What are you speaking and what do you believe? I'll go back to what I said previously in this conversation. If you're not doing the work on yourself, if you're still walking around with a residue of trauma on your mind and on your heart, you can speak, baby. You can speak, and you can speak and try to bring positivity and love and all that into your life, but it will not come to pass. I'm telling you what I know until you put in that work. Because what's happening is if you don't work on yourself, now I'm just going to use myself as an example. I have been going through trauma, and I had to sit down and really digest this thing. I've been going through trauma for 40 years of my life. So that was a lot that I had to get off of me. That's a lot that I had to heal from. So in the process of me existing, trying to survive, because that's all I was doing. I wasn't living. I wasn't thriving. I was trying to survive in trauma, and things that I desired just wouldn't come to pass. And I would look at people and say, well, why do you get it? You know, what's going on? But everything in life is a time, a season, and a reason. So this is my season now to get the things in my life because I had to take time out with myself. I had to be able to sit with myself, by myself, and begin to look at the things that's going on in my life. Look at my belief practice. What do I believe? What do I truly believe? I had to remove the lies out of my life so that the truth can come in. All right. So sometimes it's going to take us, before we start manifesting, before we start bringing things in our life, is working on ourselves. And I don't know if I shared this. I know I've shared with a couple of my sister friends, and I will never forget March 14, 2020. I heard the Most High God tell me there need to be a healing at the root of the soul, baby. At the root of the soul. And I thought, me, okay, you know what? I'm going to help women heal at the root of their soul. But it was really me. because I can't help nobody until I help myself. So it took some time. It took some time for me to work on myself. It took some time for me to face some things. I'm telling you, I did the ugly cry down the wall. Okay. But as I was doing it, as I was working on myself, that cloud that was over my mind began to remove itself. And I began to see the truth of who I am and the truth of the things that I deserve to have in my life. But first, it takes you working on yourself. Because if you don't work on yourself, you're still going to believe those lies in your mind that came from trauma, and you're going to walk in that thing. So let us take off the mask. Let us start working on ourselves so we can draw into our lives the things that we deserve, because the Most High God said our price is far above rubies, that we are the head and not the tail, baby. Okay, so I just had to share that with you right now, and I couldn't wait till tomorrow. I couldn't sleep on this thing, right? I couldn't sleep on this knowledge that I wanted to give you. And so I want to share this with you, and I'm so happy that I'm able to share this with you, that I made it out of my desert experiences so that I could be a blessing unto each and every one of my beautiful sisters, because I don't want to see nobody left behind. I don't want to see nobody not reaching the stars. I don't want to see none of my sisters without wings to soar like eagles. Amen. So I love you, beloved. I love you. And I'm going to post my YouTube channel. I think I already did. So please follow me on YouTube. I'm on Instagram now. I had to open up all my social medias, baby, because I'm trying to reach each and every one of my beautiful sisters. If you are in tune with this channel and you are liking my videos, baby, you are my sister. And if I tell you my sister, you my sister for life, honey. So you know you got a praying sister. I will pull down heaven on your behalf, baby. So I love you, and I pray that your night be blessed. Remember, sis, take the time out to work on you. Because your life is going to be so much better for it. And capture your thoughts. Be intentional with your speech. Be intentional with your words. Be intentional with your thoughts. Be intentional with your actions, and you're going to watch your life change. Because, baby, we are journeying from trauma to triumph, honey. So come on, honey. Let's do what we need to do so we all can reach the stars together. I love you, beloved. May your night be blessed. See you later.